Hello, Stashers. Welcome to another episode of STACHE Sports. Today we'll talk about a lot of stuff. The Penguins, the Pirates, college basketball, women's college basketball, and even Tiger Woods. We'll brush up on Tiger Woods. So for those of you who don't know, yesterday Tiger Woods got in an old car accident where he was speeding in the residential area in West Palm and Jupiter Islands, near his home, I guess. And he clipped a car and rolled over his SUV. But this is not the first time that Tiger Woods has done it. A few years back, Tiger Woods rolled over his SUV yet again, and they thought he was on some kind of medication or some kind of pain medication. Because Tiger Woods has a lot of back surgeries, so they thought that Tiger Woods might be on a lot of pain medication. They thought Tiger Woods might have been on some pain killers or something that ease the pain and make him a little inebriated, would I say. Because he would breathe the urine test yesterday, what I heard on the news, but he didn't breathe any alcohol, but they said he was impaired. I mean, I get it. I know people that have gone through this and have issues. I know painkillers and stuff like that can be an addiction. So if you need help, please seek help and don't do stuff that could injure people or injure yourself or harm anybody else when you're behind the wheel. I mean, I know even the rich people do it too. I know addictions are rough, but I know some people that can take pain pills and not be addicted to them and be able to operate and be able to operate stuff and not get in trouble. But sometimes they do it too far and they can get in trouble or even kill somebody. I mean, Tiger Woods could have killed somebody yesterday when he rolled over his SUV or killed himself. This is why you shouldn't be driving when you're on that stuff. But I know I'm not a doctor and I'm just a person talking about sports, so I'm not really involved in this conversation. But a couple years ago, my dad had an idea for these rich and famous people to have like a babysitter or a handler, somebody that would be there and be like, okay, Tiger, or okay, whatever your name is, you want to go out to the bar and have fun? We can go to the bar and have fun, but I'll be your designated driver. I mean, that's what Tiger Woods should do. I mean, I get it. I know Tiger Woods might want to drive, and maybe he can tell you to bug off. But I think Tiger Woods should try to hire a personal driver. Because then, if he's taking pain pills and he's not feeling good and he had to take pain pills and he's high on his pain pills, he can be high on his pain pills because he's not driving. I mean, he has all that money. Why can't he just pay a driver? I don't know why people don't do that. I mean, I get it. Even some football players that I judge, like, why can't they get a free cab ride or free Uber ride? Like a few years ago, Henry Ruggs was a up-and-coming promising receiver and had a lot of money and could have got an Uber ride, but decided to drive drunk and I think killed somebody or had a back crash. I think he killed somebody and got prison and got some prison time and had a back crash. And that ruined his NFL career and ruined all his money that he could have made. He could have been one of these high-paid receivers today, maybe Henry Ruggs. But or Tiger Woods. I mean, I know Tiger Woods was in the hype of his golf, and even he has a lot of back problems and a lot of hip problems and stuff, and he has pain pillars. And yes, like I said before in the video, I know those stuff can be addictions. I know addictions are hard, and I know people can suffer from addictions. That's why if you need help, seek help, Tiger. Or anybody that has an addiction problem, seek help if you need help. But I don't know. I just think that he should have got an Uber driver or somebody to drive him. I mean, he had all that money, but I know people like to be independent and like to drive themselves. But I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. If it was me and I was able to drive, because I can't with my vision, but let's say in this hypothetical, I'm able to drive. I think if I was that rich, I would hire either one of my brothers or one of my friends just to be around me all the time and drive me and make sure I wouldn't get into bar fights or get too drunk and get in trouble and flush all that money down the way. I mean, I know Tiger Woods is still going to be able to get his money. It's not like some people. But there's other cases, athletes, that don't, like Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs is still be in the NFL making a lot of money now, but now he's in jail cell because of some actions he did. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna come about this. It's gonna be interesting. Tiger Woods got arrested and was put in jail for 8 hours because that's the mandatory sentence for a DUI in Florida. So we'll see. Hopefully he can get an Uber driver or a driver now in Palm Beach and help him. I mean, he needs help. This is the second time, like I said, but I don't know the man. I just know he was a good golfer and one of the best golfers and hasn't been golfing for quite a while, so I don't know if that's something troubling him too or whatever. But anyone that has an addiction problem needs help and shouldn't be driving because they can endanger people. But that's all. I mean, I hope Tiger Woods gets the help he needs if he needs help. If he wants help. I just hope he doesn't. If he's in to drive, I wish he would have somebody else drive for him. Some of these other people too, like my dad said, they should have like a babysitter or something. Like I was going on earlier. Like some of these people players, like, okay, that's nice. You just won a game, Tom Brady. We can go out and celebrate, but I'll be your driver and make sure that some jerk fan doesn't try to start a fire or anything, so you're not on the news. I don't know, but anyway, that's all. I hope Tiger Woods gets the help he needs and feels better and doesn't roll his car anymore, and I hope he gets better because at the end of the day, even if you like him or not, I wish Tiger Woods nothing but the best, and I hope he gets better. But that's all I'm going to talk about that. If you want me to talk more about Tiger Woods or you want to keep more stuff in the comments, we can talk more about that tomorrow. But I just hope Tiger Woods gets the help he needs. Luckily, like I said, it was just a fender. Luckily, like I said, even though it was a crash and he rolled over his SUV, luckily no one else got hurt too bad and didn't have any serious injuries, so that's good. But you never know when you drive impaired. It could be somebody's last time, but whatever. We'll go on to the next subject now. But let's hope Tiger Woods can get some help if he needs help. I mean, I know it's addiction, but some people just take. Some people can take pain pills, let it know, for pains in their body and be just fine and not take too much and just take the allotted amount. But some people just go overboard with it sometimes. I just hope that Tiger Woods gets the help he needs. But that's all we're going to talk about Tiger Woods right now. I just hope he gets the help he needs. Or later tonight at 5 o'clock, the Pittsburgh Penguins play tonight. And they're playing the Dallas Stars. The stars shine bright, the moon is light. Hope we're not in the deep heart of Texas tonight. But we'll see. The Penguins are going to be about these two guys, Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. Because one of them's out with a lower body injury, and the other one is out with an upper body injury. But I know the Penguins have been doing good without him. The Penguins have been looking good without Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. But the Penguins need to start doing better. They have a start tonight. They don't need to keep losing. They've messed around earlier this year and lost a couple games that they needed to win, and now they need to start winning games to help them make it to the playoffs. They're number 2 seed right now, so they can keep winning. They'll keep staying the number 2 seed. But we have the Columbus Blue Jackets and the New York Islanders coming up behind us, and it's going to be hard tonight. We need Anthony Maffitt to have a big game, and whoever's in net, we need him to have a big game. We need him to have a huge game tonight. We need our defense around him to have a good game. We need Erik Karlsson, that's looking like an MVP, to be an MVP type. Because Erik Karlsson is going to be one of the big names that's going to be relied on tonight without having Evgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby. We're going to need Brian Rush to show up too. Maybe Chris Letang can have a good night tonight for the Penguins. It's going to be a rough night for the Dallas Stars, but I have faith in the Penguins can win. We'll see. It's going to be tough, but let's hope. But they said that Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin are day-to-day, so let's hope they're not out too long. Because this is a crucial part. The Penguins only have 10 games left to count today's game of the regular season. So the Penguins need to keep winning. But they don't need to mess around. They have enough. They might be able to still get a wild card, but we don't want to mess around with a wild card. And the Penguins want to be number 1 in the division. The Penguins want to be number 2 in the division. I don't think they have enough chances to come back and get above Carolina to be number 1 in the Metro, but maybe. But at least number 2 or 3 in the Metro will be better than trying to fight for a wild card and having to play one of the best teams right away. I know, but the Penguins fan, you want the Penguins to win no matter who they play. You want them to look good no matter who they play. Hopefully the Penguins can keep doing good. The Penguins looked good last night. Like I said, they came back off and went in Ottawa against the Senators. They won a shootout. And like I said before in Plundit's video, the Penguins shootouts have been really bad this year. I don't know what it is with the Penguins and their shootouts, but they have not been good. Hopefully the Penguins and their shootouts can do a lot better. The Penguins need to do a lot better in their shootouts and overtime. But I know, like I said in the previous video, but shootouts aren't in the overtime and NHL playoffs. But the Penguins have not been doing good. Let's hope we can get good goaltending. The goaltending in the last couple games has been hit or miss. Let's hope we get some good goaltending throughout the whole game. Because the Dallas Stars are right behind the Colorado Avalanche, and they're a pretty good team. So they're not going to take us lightly tonight, and they're trying to fight for a playoff spot too and help their playoff chances. So let's hope the Penguins can do good tonight. We need a big game by our overtime hero in the last game, shootout hero, Ben Kendall. Ben Kendall's only 18 years old. I can't believe how good Ben Kendall's doing good this year. or Anthony Maffa. Anthony Maffa is looking really good. In fact, it's looking like a really good addition by Kyle Dubas, and staff. Kyle Dubas is doing a lot of good trades. Maybe Igor can score tonight, the guy we got from Columbus. Who would have thought that Igor would be that good? The guy we got from Columbus. I mean, again, I'm singing his praises again, but Kyle Dubas is doing really good again. Who would have thought that Igor would have been that good? Brock, and even somebody who's ever playing with players that they got very young. And somebody's ever free agents they got. A lot of these free agents they got are really helping the team and really making a huge impact. That's great that the Penguins are doing that good for free agency. But that means they're going to have to re-sign him. Like, are they going to re-sign Anthony Maffa? Because Anthony Maffa is doing really good. Hopefully they can. I think they should re-sign Anthony Maffa. Also, they need to re-sign Evgeny Malkin, too. Evgeny Malkin needs more years. He needs to retire a Penguin and not go anywhere else. Let's hope they can get Evgeny Malkin back to next year. But that's going to be rough. I don't know what's going to happen to the Penguins this year. I mean, I hope they keep winning and hope they win. I mean, they play the Stars tonight, like I said. But we need a big game with some other people. We need Erik Karlsson has been looking really good this year under new management and new coaching. I can't believe the turnaround Erik Karlsson has had from this year to previous years. Previous years, in my opinion, my brother's opinion, Clark too, we thought that he might be a bust, which means he might not be that good. I mean, he had a really good hype train because he did win Defensive Player of the Year when we traded for him, but for some reason, Mike Sullivan, he just not got that click, and now he's got that click. I don't know if it's just because he's been here longer and has started to get more used to the team, or if there's like less pressure on him this year. That's why he's so good. I don't know what it is, but Evgeny Malkin is looking a lot better. Erik Karlsson's looking a lot better. Maybe we need Anthony Maffa to score tonight. Maffa needs to score tonight too. Maybe Brian Rust needs to score. Rust can score tonight too. But the Penguins are going to need some of these other players to step up tonight and show that they're a good team. Because this is what playoff teams are made of. To show they can still win in adversity when you don't have a two-star. To win in adversity when you don't have your top 2 stars playing. I mean, that's going to be rough. I mean, I know they've done it before when they don't have a top 2 stars playing, they can win. This team is young and scrappy. Who would have thought this team would be good? A lot of people thought this team would be sucking for Gavin McKinnon, who lost last night in the Penn State hockey game in the playoffs. But a lot of people thought they would be sucking for him. But who would have thought that who would have thought with all these trials and tribulations this year, the Penguins would be this good going on in the year? I can't believe that the Penguins are looking this good. The Penguins are really good this year. I mean, let's hope they can make a playoff. They haven't been in the playoffs the last few years. It seemed like every year before they were in the playoffs, even if it didn't go that far, to Lord Stanley. The end. But the Penguins need to get back to the playoff hopes. We need to have another run of Sidney Crosby before he retires to get one of those. We need another run of Evgeny Malkin too. All these Penguin players are getting old, even Erik Karlsson, so we need some more runs of them before they get old. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I really do like what Kyle Dubas is doing to the team. Like I said, who would have thought by signing Anthony Maffa that Anthony Maffa would be a huge part of the season? Anthony Maffa has made a record by being one of the first players to have the most points on this new team this year. And being one of the most free agents to have won the most points on his new team. That's quite impressive, but Anthony Maffa's doing that. And Anthony Maffa's only on like a 1-year prove deal. So it's going to be interesting to see how much money Anthony Maffa wants next year when the Penguins have to re-sign him. Hopefully they re-sign him. It's going to be interesting to see what Evgeny Malkin wants, even though Evgeny Malkin's getting older. Like, what do you get Evgeny Malkin? Do you give him 2 years or do you give him 1 year because he's getting older? But that'll be later on in later videos. Right now, we're talking about the Dallas Stars. Unless I can beat the Dallas Stars. I mean, at least they're back home tonight in Pittsburgh, which is nice. So that's nice, even though they played a couple nights ago. At least they're back home tonight in Pittsburgh, so that's good. They can have a home crowd. Let's have the home crowd energize these young Penguin players and free agent Penguin players, new Penguin players that they've had to keep winning. Because we need much needed 2 points tonight for the Penguins. They don't need to mess around and not get to 2 points. They need a much needed 2 points tonight. They need a much needed 2 points. But there's other hockey games tonight too. And they're chill. But let's hope the Penguins can win. I mean, like I said, it's going to be a tough game. So they don't have Evgeny Malkin and they don't have Sidney Crosby. But they've done it in the past. So I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win tonight. They play the Stars. I think the Stars win. I think the Penguins beat the Stars. So that's fast. I think the Boston Bruins beat the Minnesota Wild. Boston Bruins are looking really good. My friend Jake, the barber, he's a big Bruins fan, so he might be watching the game. The Bruins are looking really good and looking like they could be a playoff team. Vegas Golden Knights looking better now, but Vegas Golden Knights have been on a little tear here, so I think they beat the Capitals tonight. I think the Ducks beat the Oilers. Or the Oilers beat the Ducks. I think the Hurricanes beat the Devils. And the New Jersey Devils aren't doing that good this year. I mean, I know they won a couple games, but they're just trying to spoil people's parties. I don't know if they have a real good chance of making the playoffs this year, so I don't really know about the Devils. But I think the Hurricanes win the Carolina. I hope the Sharks beat the Blue Jackets, but I don't see it happening. The Blue Jackets are a lot better, I think, than the Sharks are. I can't believe the Buffalo Sabres might be on the playoff team before we get to 506. That's quite impressive, but the Buffalo Sabres are going to be on a playoff tear. Could be a playoff run. I think the Maple Leafs beat the Blues. How about that? I think the Predators beat the Canadiens. I think the Avalanche beat the Jets, and I think the Red Wings beat the Flyers. I think the Kings beat the Utah Mammoth, and I think the Canucks beat the Flames. And the Lightning, they beat the... Oh, crap, the Islanders won. The Lightning beat the Senators 4-2 today and great. Come on, Florida. You had one game, Panthers, to beat the Islanders. But the Islanders won. So the Penguins definitely need to win tonight because that's not going to help in their cases if they lose. But I hope the Penguins can win. But earlier today at 4 o'clock, the Pirates played a second game against the Mets. The first game against the Mets didn't go well. And I got all these calls from all these little annoying little babies like Colin Cyrus and all these little, and Robbie Snyder, saying, what happened to Paul? Paul is washed. Oh no, Paul Skeens is bad. And I told him to shut up because Paul Skeens has had one bad game. He's human. But that's okay. Today we have Mitch Keller going on mound. But the big news coming out today is we don't have, which is good, we don't have O'Neal Cruz. So it's going to be interesting what Jake Mangum can do in the outfield today for the Penguins. Mangum is playing in the outfield today for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So hopefully Mangum can do good for the Penguins. It's going to be interesting. If Mangum has a good game but doesn't have any errors like O'Neal Cruz does and say like he had a home run or something, what's going to happen if O'Neal Cruz? What's going to happen? Don Kelly's going to have a big decision on his hands in a few days when the next game, and tomorrow the next game is to see who he plays. If Mangum has a good game in the outfield or the other outfielders have a good game. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, the Penguins need to keep doing good. The Pirates need to win today so they can start getting on track. I still think, like I said, the Pirates are going to be a good playoff team and be a lot better than last year. Maybe not a playoff team, but at least have 80 wins or more wins than last season. I don't think one game's going to deter me from that. I mean, their hitting was pretty good. Their pitching just wasn't good. The pitching needs to... Oh, God. The pitching just needs to show up. The pitching needs to show up and do a lot better today. The bullpen needs to show up and do better too. Hopefully the Penguins can do a lot better. The Pirates. Hopefully the Pirates can do a lot better today against the Mets. But I know the Mets are not going to be an easy out. The Mets are a really good team this year. But we'll see. I think the Pirates win today. It's going to be interesting. Brandon Lau is looking really good. Does Brandon Lau have another home run today? He had 2 home runs in his first 2 at-bats for the Pirates. So that's really good to see him do good. It's going to be interesting what Jake Mangum can do today, too, for the Pirates. Or Mangum, P.I., because he's going to be in the outfield. Hopefully he wears sunglasses and can catch the ball, because that's something that O'Neal Cruz had trouble with. I don't know why O'Neal Cruz is refusing to wear sunglasses and why he doesn't wear sunglasses. I mean, it's going to help with the sun. I mean, I know he said the sun was having problems, but man, wear sunglasses. All the other outfielders are wearing sunglasses, the Pirates on that game. Why were you? I mean, I know maybe the first ball might have been a little hard to track, and that's okay. Maybe that was a little hard to track. But that's okay. But the second ball was right to you. I mean, come on, anybody could have got that. Jimmy from South Park could have caught that. Or Timmy from South Park could have caught that. Come on, O'Neal Cruz, you're a superstar. I mean, you have all the abilities. You just don't really do good in the outfield. I mean, that's been your trouble last year, too. So last year, I know it's only one game. Relax their stash. It's only one game. There's still 161 games left. But I'm more concerned about Cruz than I'm concerned about Paul Skeens, how they won bad game in 2 years. I'm more concerned about Paul because Cruz has been not that... Cruz has been hit or miss the last couple years, and he has not had a really good defense. He's had a good bat. That's about it. He's had a decent bat and had good home runs and cruise missiles. That's something we need if he comes back. We need his cruise bombs. But that's something that he's been. Let me slow down. That's something he's doing good at. But the last couple games, his bat hasn't been good either. So I don't know what it is. Hopefully he gets. But I know, like I said, it's only one game, so maybe his bat starts showing up. But I don't know. It's going to be an interesting year for the Pirates. I think they have a lot of hitting. It's just if we can do hitting and hopefully not have any errors in the field like they did. I mean, I know Paul Skeens didn't do good, but those 2 bad outs in the Mets game last time, that didn't help him at all. I mean, if O'Neill Cruz had caught one of his balls, that would have been a lot different inning, and maybe Paul Skeens would have been at least in 2 innings or more. Who would have known? Got out of that jam without getting pulled in the first inning. But like I said, I'm not worried about Paul. I think Paul will bounce back in the next game. It's going to be interesting to see what happens today with the Pirates. If Magnum does good, what's going to go in the future? Like if Magnum's hot, what do? Do you go back to Cruz because you have more faith in Cruz and you might have a little more money in Cruz? What do you do with that? I don't know. That's why I'm not Don Kelly. Don Kelly, the manager of the Pirates. It's going to be a tough decision for Don Kelly to see what he does if Cruz doesn't do good. Magnum does good. And to see what he does in the future lineups. And maybe today, maybe the Mets have a right-hander or left-hander, so maybe that's why he's not in the lineup either. I don't know, but it's going to be an interesting year to see what happens. I mean, I know there's still a lot of games left, and we can't have a meltdown after the first game of the season. But it's going to be interesting to see what the Penguins Pirates do. I mean, who knows? They got Magnum and they also got the password. So now they finally have people behind. They got the password, Joseph Sahin, the password from Boston. That's a becoming minor leaguer outfield prospect. But they're pretty good in spring training. And yes, I know it's only spring training, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to the Pirates. I mean, now they finally have some people behind Cruz. So maybe the pressure might help Cruz actually become a better outfielder and actually know how to track down balls. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Cruz can do when Cruz comes back in the lineup. Maybe sending him down today after the second game. Maybe that wakes him up to play better and catch better. Maybe that wakes him up to wear sunglasses to help him protect his eyeballs against the sun so he can actually see the ball and stop complaining about the sun being too bright. That's why they invented sunglasses. But we'll see. Hopefully O'Neill Cruz can look better and come back. We need O'Neill Cruz to come back and look better. We need Tampa Bay Rays to beat the freaking Cardinals too. Come on, Rays. But we need Cruz to look good. We need a good outfielder. If that's Magnum or whoever that is, I don't know. But then if we have a good outfielder, then what happens to Cruz? Because you're paying Marcell Ozuna $1 million to be a designated hitter. So do you split time with that, or do you just platoon him and put him in the outfield a couple of days and hope he doesn't mess up too bad? I don't know. It's going to be a tough decision if Magnum or Password comes up and just steals a show from him. But like people say, that's not here or there. Today, it's just a day, but he's not going to be playing. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do today. To see how they do against the Mets. I mean, it might be a tough game. The Mets are going to be one of the tough teams. It's going to be a good playoff run team this year. So it's going to be a tough game. With not like the Marlins who are playing the Rockies, that can be pretty bad. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I hope the Pirates win today. I think the Pirates are going to win today. I say the Pirates will win today. But we'll see. If they have a hitting they did last time and they can just get their pitching better, they might be able to do good. Because the pitching kind of ruined that game last time. But I know the most part in the first inning that kind of ruined that game and helped the Mets come out to that big lead with O'Neill Cruz's couple blunders. And like I said, plenty of times that definitely happened last year and it's happened in spring training this year. So I don't know what's going to happen. Let's hope that Cruz can do a lot better. I mean, we need Cruz to play better. We're paying Cruz a lot of money. Cruz is supposed to be one of these good and coming prospects. But if you mold him right, he can be one of these top players. But we'll see. I don't know. But here's my rest of my baseball picks. Like I said, I have the Pirates over the Mets. Raise the Jolly Roger up, I can say, let's go Bucks. I hope with Tampa Bay Rays come back over the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are winning 4-0, so it looks like the Cardinals might win that game. Yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to win that game. That's an 8th inning. The Cubs are going to beat the Washington Nationals today, 10-2. So the Pirates need to win. The Blue Jays are winning 1-0 right now. That game just started. I think the Blue Jays hold off and win this game. The Red Sox are playing. The Red Sox and the Reds are playing. I think the Boston Red Sox beat the Reds. I think the Pirates beat the Mets. I think the Angels beat the Astros. I think the Yankees beat the Dodgers. I think the Yankees beat the Giants. The San Francisco Giants. But the San Francisco Giants are going to be a pretty bad baseball team this year too, I think. I think the Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks, but I want the Diamondbacks to win. But I don't want to see the Dodgers winning all the time. It's getting boring. I think the Mariners beat the Guardians. I think the Orioles beat the Twins. I think the Rangers beat the Phillies. I think the Rockies beat the Marlins. I think the Brewers beat the White Sox. I think the Braves beat the Orioles. And I think the Tigers beat the Padres. But we'll see. Those are my STACHE Sports baseball picks. But last night and tonight at 6 o'clock, I'll be watching the March Madness. Right now in the Elite Eight. So last night we had Duke and St. John's. That was probably the better game last night. But I came down to the very end. Near the end of the game. That game came down to the very end of the game. St. John's gave them all they were. Duke had to come back from a big deficit to even win that game. So that was a great game by Duke to win. Duke definitely looked like the number 1 overall seed in last night's March Madness. But now Duke won 80-75. I know they won by 5. But it was not that. Some of the foul shots near the end and some of the missed buckets by St. John's made a little bit of a better blowout, made a 5-point game. But the bet was 7 points. I don't know why someone bet 7 points. That was a good game. And I knew going into it, I knew St. John's coach, Rick Pitino, he's been in the league for quite a while and had some scandals because he's been bribing companies to help pay players. I think before that was illegal. Like now they can get money off of likeness and get endorsement deals and every stuff like that and have boosters pay for them. But he was doing that stuff before. But I mean, St. John's looked really good last night. He has a good team. It's going to be interesting to see how many people from St. John's return next year to play. But I mean, that was a good team. He made them all the way to the Sweet 16 and came up short near the end. I mean, Duke had to have a great second half to come back there. Duke came back from a big deficit to erase it and win. But that's not the first time Duke's done that. Duke's done that a lot this year. Come back from a big deficit and erase their loss. But last time the Duke Blue Devils won 80-79. And then Michigan and Alabama. That game was good in the first half. Alabama gave them all they could in the first half of that game. And some part of the second half until Michigan started walking away a bit. And Michigan ended up winning 90-77. Michigan's looking like one of the top teams this year too. Michigan is winning by double digits in a lot of these games. It's going to be interesting to see what Michigan do in the Sweet 16 against a team to be named later because they're going down the list. But Michigan's looking really good. I mean, Michigan has a really tall number 15 player who's looking really good for the Wolverines. Destiny May has that team turned around and looking like they could be a team that go all the way. Then Duke, maybe. Who knows? Maybe Arizona too, but good to do later. Even though it's 67-63, Michigan State almost tried to come back, but they couldn't. UConn, Connecticut, University of Connecticut kind of led that whole game and showed why Connecticut's looking good at Dan Hurley. But UConn looked really good and won that game. Now we're going to upset because number 2. The upset of the night was at 6th seed, Tennessee Volunteers. Hello, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. But Tennessee went 76-62. I watched that game because the other game, like I said, was kind of a little of a blowout, even though it was 63-67. I went back and forth. But that game came down to Iowa State missing a lot of free throws. If Iowa State would make some free throws, it might have been a little different game and would have been what stopped Tennessee. Tennessee is looking really good. Tennessee is the only sole survivor from the SEC. And some people say that's the best conference ever. I think the SEC is the best conference ever. My name is from ESPN. Okay, I'm just messing around. Oh. But yeah, we'll see. But Tennessee looked pretty good last night. So now we have the Elite Eight. It starts tonight at 6 p.m. on CBS, excuse me. We have a Sweet 16 that starts tonight on TBS, Turner Broadcasting System, and TNT. Tonight is Iowa and Houston, Texas. Oh! And Illinois. Illinois is 3 and Iowa's 9. Iowa has been upsetting a lot of teams this year. They're looking really hot right now. Like my dad always said, it doesn't matter how you start the season, it matters how you finish the season. And right now, Iowa's looking really good. I think it's going to be a good game. Regardless if whoever wins, it's going to be a big team. At least one big team is going to be in the Final Four. The Final Four, for those of you who are new to basketball, will be next Friday and Saturday. And then the championship game will be next Monday. So today we just have Elite Eight. And Monday we don't have any games. We have games tomorrow. We'll get to tomorrow. And I just lost it. Illinois is 27 and 8. And Houston, Texas at the Toyota Center. Toyota. Let's go places. I don't know. Heck, what the heck? I say Iowa over Illinois, but I don't really care. I just hope it's a good game at 6 o'clock that you can watch. And tonight we've got Arizona Purdue. That's going to be a good game. Both of those teams looking good. Arizona's looking like one of the top teams in the American Conference. I mean, in the Big 12. Excuse me. It looks like one of the good teams in the Big 12, and they're steamrolling some of their competition. Arizona Wildcats are the number one team for a reason. They only have 2 losses. Purdue has 8 losses. They're 30-8, and the other team's 30-2. I think Arizona wins. I think the Big 12 wins. I think the Wildcats are too much, but I think it's going to be a good game. I think Purdue's going to give them quite a run for their money. Purdue could even win at the last second. Who knows? If Purdue plays well, that game can come down to the last minute, like both of these games can. But I don't know. I just hope, like I said, I just hope we get good games tonight. That's all I really hope for. But those are your 2 games. And then tomorrow we have, and tomorrow we'll get to tomorrow's video, but we have Duke and UConn, and that's at, oh crap, that's at 5 o'clock. That's at 5:05 p.m. And then at 2:15 we've got Tennessee and Michigan. And those are your final Elite Eight. And 2 of those teams will be in the Final Four. Now we'll do the ladies basketball because I have not been doing the ladies. I like the ladies. I like the ladies. Ladies. The UConn ladies won 63-42 to advance to the next round of their college basketball. To advance to the Elite Eight. The UCLA women's won 80-56 to advance to the Elite Eight. But Notre Dame ladies upset Vanderbilt, number 2, and they're number 6, 67-64. The Duke ladies upset the number 2 LSU ladies, 87-85. Wow, that's a good game. Today, the Kentucky ladies are losing right now 53-35. 53-33. 53-33. That's a mouthful and a tongue twister. But I think the Texas ladies looks like they're going to win. I think the South Carolina ladies win. I think the Virginia ladies win. The Michigan ladies won. Wow, Michigan can have the Michigan ladies and Michigan boys both win their basketball tournament. That'd be quite impressive. That'd be quite impressive. But we'll see. Those are your ladies' games today. Do we have an easy umpire tonight? What's today's date? Oh. Here's the UCF fight card for tonight. In Seattle, Washington. Woo, Seattle! I like Seattle, Washington, even though I've never been to Seattle, Washington. I got, go wait, McAfee. I got Brazil, that's her name, over A. And I got her winning by a knockout in the second round. I got Simon over Giannis. I got Simon winning by a split decision in all rounds. I got Sterling over Lopes. And I think Starling wins it by a knockout in the last round. I got O'Neal versus Fernandez. Fernandez over O'Neal. And I think Fernandez wins by unanimous decision in all rounds. I got Forte over Tribua. I think Forte wins by a knockout in the second round. I got Gibson over Hooper, and I think Gibson wins by split decision all rounds. I think Bahamadous beats, I don't know, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. But I think I wins in the prelims. $30 prelims. Here is the main card. I think McKinney wins over Nelson, and I think McKinney wins by a split decision all rounds. I think Malachi beats Bajori by a split decision in all rounds. I think Arosa beats Douglas. I think Douglas beats Arosa by split decision, or by unanimous decision in all rounds, or he knocks him out in the last round. I think Prince knocks out Chelsea or Chisa in the last round. I think Chisa beats out Prince in the second round. Price in the second round. Can't read. I think Barber beats out Gasso, but I think that goes to Oliver Way, and I think that's by unanimous decision. And then in the main event, I think Pryfor beats, I think Addison, Adesanya. I think he beats Pyfer, and I think that goes all rounds in the main event, and he went by split decision. Here's some of my UCF fights tonight. I love UFC. I like Dana White. Fighting is my favorite sport. I love it how they run up and down the court. PWL Pittsburgh, what the heck is that? PWL Pittsburgh, Eden versus Battle. To the UFC. Whatever. We're gonna do this. Pittsburgh. I think Joe Price beats Gross. Gosh. By split decision in the last round. If that goes to the last round. I think Friend beats J-A-I. What do you call him that? I'm not going to try to pronounce the last name. I think Dana beats T. I think Dana beats T by a split decision all rounds. I think Rodriguez beats MKIKUIR by knockout. I think Watley beats Burst by knockout in the second round. I think Schultz beats Khadija by a knockout in the last round. A lot of these Brazil players. I think Cartwright beats Bagashow by split decision. I think Damon beats Taya by Dayon. I think he beats Frall, Thrall, by split decision. I think Ace beats Paganda by, Preganda, Preganda, he beats RACE by a split decision. I think Sylvia beats India by a knockout. I think Rosa beats Kasangwa. I think Kasanga, I know I'm butchering these names, so don't mess up. Don't make fun of me. I think Rosa beats Kasangany. I think he wins by a knockout in the second round. I think Eden wins. I think Eden beats Battle by a split decision. And those are main events tonight. But we'll see. But like I said, I hope Tiger Woods gets the help he needs. That's not good to have 2 car crashes in not that long a time. I mean, Tiger Woods used to be on the hype of golf, and now he isn't. I mean, I know he's doing that indoor golf league, so let's hope that can help him, and let's hope that his buddies and friends and family can have an interest of him and help him try to calm down from doing all this stuff. But like I said, if you need help with addiction, please seek help. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you for watching STACHE Sports episode, whatever number this is now. But thank you for being loyal viewers and watching my videos. It means a lot to me, knowing that people watch this stuff, and that I'm not just talking to myself. But thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for watching my videos. And if you have any comments, please leave them down below. I try to comment, but I've been trying to comment on some of these videos and some of these comments. But for some reason, every time I comment on YouTube, it always says it has some kind of error. But anyway, thank you for watching my videos. We'll talk more tomorrow about basketball. Please watch the basketball games tonight. I'll be watching the basketball games tonight too. Or you can watch whatever. Watch UFC, whatever. Just have a fun week. Hope everybody that watches and is a loyal viewer has a great week. And everybody else has a great week too. But thank you for watching Stache Sports.